This is the Transformers Animated Deluxe Class Prowl. Oh my god, we got a blast from the past with this figure. If you've been following me since my old channel FX Friends, you'll know that I've already reviewed this on that old channel FX Friends some, 14 years ago, I believe? And I sold off all my animated figures and I started repurchasing them, some of them at least. The if you know I have the Bulkhead, but this one was a figure I've been just desperately searching for to get for a good price. And there was a collector on Facebook, a local collector out here in Manila, who was selling off all his animated Prime robots in disguise figures, all the cartoon, the latest animated figures that he had. And one of them was Prowl, and I got this for like something like $9. And you know, you pay for shipping, so it ends up like $12. I mean, it's a steal if you ask me, because a lot of the secondary market sellers are selling this guy for ridiculous amounts, like $50, $40. So I'm just glad to actually have him again. And it's one of those things you regret selling, because you needed to sell off the entire collection as a set, as a team, and all that. But I'm kind of glad I have him again. Prowl was one of my favorite, if not my favorite character from the show, and the action figure was just amazing for me. One of the best, one of my favorite figures from the line. As well as the other version, the Samurai Prowl. That Samurai Prowl, that's probably another figure I'm looking to get for a decent price if I could still get it. But for now, I'm just happy I have this Prowl. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So let's begin with some comparisons. Here is animated Prowl with Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class RC. You got Voyager Class animated Bulkhead from the same line as Prowl, and we have, of course, the War for Cybertron trilogy Earthrise Deluxe Class Prowl, which is the more G1 styled looking Prowl. And this figure is actually pretty tall for a deluxe class figure. He stands about head to toe, he's about 6 inches tall. The more modern deluxes now go about 5 inches, 5¼ inch tall. So back in the day, the deluxes were actually pretty well sized, good sized actually, much like a 1/12 scale action figure. Also, you will note that the plastic back in the day, 2008, 2009, these were top-notch premium plastic compared to what we have right now, which is the softer kind of plastic. I mean, back in the day, these things were built tough, and you know, when they dropped, normally they wouldn't break, or they weren't that flimsy to play with. One of the accessories that this figure comes with is a traffic light. I honestly cannot remember if he did use a traffic light. I think he must have used it against one of the Decepticons in the first few episodes, the first episode or something. You can just swing it around. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But his main accessories really are the rims of his motorbike alt mode, and they turn into the shuriken type of weapon. This was his main weapon, and it has that automorph type of gimmick that when you pull out the blades, all 3 blades would fold out or unfurl simultaneously. And I thought this was a pretty cool weapon, a shooting shuriken ninja star, because back in the show, he was sort of like the Snake Eyes or the good Storm Shadow of the team. And both rims do come off, and they both of them do form those golden shurikens. The figure has some fantastic detail. You have a lot of gold paint. It really highlights and makes the figure pop. The head sculpt is a little bit of a cartoonish, you know, deformed type of head sculpt. Back in the day, in the cartoons, this is how the type of animation that was used to this, and the type of design for the characters. And I actually thought it was pretty cool. The figure's articulation, it's got a ball jointed neck, ball jointed waist, shoulders are on ball joints, elbows are on ball joints, hips are on ball joints, knees are on hinges, slight 45-degree bend, and the feet are on ball joints. So transformation, let me see if I can still remember how to transform this guy. Okay, first you have to get the orientation right. You have to find out which one goes in front, which one goes in the back. So the one with the kickstand obviously will have to go in the rear end. And this one will have to go up in front. So this is the front part of the bike. You're gonna go ahead and unfold these handlebars because it's gonna be tricky to get them out if you don't do it now. Okay, and then what you wanna do is you wanna twist that waist piece like that, so that one leg goes on one side and the other leg goes on the other side. And obviously this leg, which doesn't have the kickstand, is gonna go on this side. So do this and fold him up like this. And then this other leg is gonna rotate like this, hold up like this, like that. Okay. And then you're gonna open up this port right here. And you want to just fold that entire torso up like that. And then you're gonna bend this whole waist piece right here so that this knee guard, his kneecap, is gonna catch that notch right there, that hole right there. So it can be tricky, but it can be done. Okay. And then these wings, as it were, robot motor are gonna tab onto the sides of the other leg. The arms, it's a little tricky. You gotta line up those hinges and you know, fold those shoulders back. Okay, you wanna extend those forearms, or those gauntlets, fold them up like that. Okay. Okay, you line up the gas tank or the back part, make sure it's all flush. And then this foot, you're gonna lock in that waist piece. And then you wanna just tab in and fold up the arms, connect them at the light bar, and then just hook them onto the back seat. Okay, and there you have animated Prowl in his police motorbike alt mode. It's actually pretty cool. It actually rolls nicely. Yeah, there's obviously no way to put the accessory on him, but yeah, I'd forgotten how cool this bike looked. And if you want a comparison in today's more modern Transformers, well, not so modern, we have the robots in disguise RC from Transformers Prime. And then we have the super cool Road Rocket from the Legacy Velocitron line. So yeah, he's a pretty big bike compared to today's standards of deluxe class bike or motorcycle alt modes. And so some final thoughts on this Transformers animated deluxe class Prowl. I still love this figure. Even after, what, 14 years? This figure, I believe, is still one of the best animated style deluxe class figures we've gotten that turns into a motorcycle. I mean, it's a ninja bot that turns into a police motorcycle. What more can you ask for? The figure is still going to get a 10 out of 10. I'm so glad I have it again, and I believe next year should be 15 years anniversary for the show, and I'm kind of hoping Hasbro would do something animated related, and whether it's, I don't know, a legacy version or reimagined version of the animated characters, or a reissue of the old characters in vintage cardback format. I don't know. I wish they would do something though, or maybe wait another 6 years for the 20th anniversary, but 15 years would be nice. It'll give a chance for those who were really interested with the figures to catch up. And for those who grew up as kids watching the show, who are now, I would think, adults now, They'd give him a chance to rekindle their childhood and get the toys again. But either way, I do hope Hasbro does something for the 15th anniversary of the show, and maybe perhaps re-release the old team and a few Decepticons here and there as a box set or something like that, or reissue the old ones, the old vintage toys. But I just love this line. I love the show to this day. It's still one of my favorite Transformers shows and toy line. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers animated deluxe class Prowl. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.